Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to be doing a yarn review on Loops and Threads Swirl Pie yarn. Now, Loops and Threads, if you're not familiar, is a Michaels brand. It's their house brand of yarn, so it's only available at Michaels and online at Michaels. And this is their Swirl Pie. It's the flat cakes. Some people call these flat cakes, some people just call them cakes, some people call them swirls, and some people call them lollies. I usually call them lollies. Call them what you will. It's still yarn. So I'm going to be referring to them as lollies because that's what I've always called them. So we'll go ahead and look at this one. Let's see. Loops and Threads Swirl Pie. There's 502 yards, 7 ounces, 459 meters or 200 grams. It's classified as a medium 4-weight yarn. Recommended hook size is a 6 millimeter. Looks like knitting hook size is a 5 millimeter. I don't know much about knitting needles, so let's see. Wash instructions. Just got the symbols. Let's see. I believe that's hand wash on cold. Lay flat to dry. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. Now, if none of that is right, you guys can tell me in the comments. I'm pretty sure what that's what those symbols mean. Pretty much just hand wash on cold, lay flat to dry. So they don't want you to put this in the washing machine. It's what I recommend that doing that anyways for crochet, but that is something that some people really don't have. A lot of people don't have time to do that. So sometimes when yarns say hand wash, that will deter people from buying it. But for me, it doesn't. So this is a hand wash, lay flat to dry only. Made in China, distributed in Texas. All right. Well, okay. So it is soft, as you can see. Has some fuzz on it, a bit of a fuzz to it. We'll go ahead and open it up and look at it. Oh, here's the hand wash cold. Do not bleach. Dry flat. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. All right. I had them right. That must be do not bleach. All right. So it is a 100% acrylic yarn too. So we'll go ahead, pop it open here, pull this up here. Now, this one color I have in my hand is called Plum. Well, maybe I'll just rip it. There we go. There we go. So it is a nice soft yarn, and you can tell that it's going to easy come from the center. Now the thing about these lollies though, they will, if you push them up, you got to be careful with them. For me anyways, it's really easy for them to pop that center out, and then it just becomes a big like mess. So you got to kind of be careful with them when you're holding them. I think it's just rather easy to accidentally pop that center all the way out, and then it's just a big mess. So just got to be a little bit careful when you're dealing with the lollies. But it is an interesting idea how to roll yarn up like that. So it's classified as a 4. And I say it is a 4. You know what it reminds me of a lot is Unforgettable. A little bit. Let's see. I got a J hook. Let's do a little crocheting with it. Okay, I just stopped the camera for a minute and I did crochet with it a bit. Just a little bit. Now, I thought this would crochet pretty well. Similar to Red Heart, Unforgettable, and Lion Brand Landscapes. But I'm going to predict that it's not going to pull out extremely easy. I think it might get hung up on itself a little bit. I could be wrong. But the way it crochets is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not splitting or anything on me. So if you're familiar with like Unforgettable and stuff, landscapes, Lion Brand Landscapes, it's very similar to that. It's soft, no problem making. I would make my toddler, Evelyn, something out of it. I would wear it as a scarf. So it's soft enough that you can do, you know, that kind of stuff with it. Baby blanket. But that being hand wash, I don't know if you'd want to make a blanket out of it or not, but yeah, clothing would be fine. But when you pull it out, we'll see. Yeah, it's going to get hung up on itself because of the fuzziness of it. I figured that it would. Yeah, there it goes. So that's kind of always a drag. You got to be really careful. I make a lot of mistakes, so... But sometimes I can look past this if I really like the yarn. This one's really hanging up on itself, though. Here it goes. Some yarns like this are worse than others. That's no fun. There we go. This one's pretty bad. That's a shame. Well, so we know crochet is fine. It's just taking it apart. It's going to be bad. All right. Well, that's that. So crochet is good, feels good. It just doesn't come apart very easy at all. So these are available at Michael's only. I think they got about 10 colors. Yeah, I think it says 10. Most of them are pretty. I got 4 of them here. So this was the plum color. I think it's super pretty. And you can see they're striped. They're not variegated, they're striped. This one is the kiwi color. And we got jackfruit. It's kind of grayish blues with a little bit of tans in it. And this one is passion fruit. Pinks and greens. So, you know, I liked these the best. There were some more I liked. I just didn't get them. They had a really pretty blue and a pink one. And you just have to check them out online. Now, these run $9.99 with, which is extremely high, I think. That's way too much. Now, I didn't pay that, though. I bought these when they were having a 40% off Loops and Threads. Plus, I had an additional 20% off coupon. So, I got them pretty cheap. But, you know what? Sometimes I think the reason why Michael's and Joann's, sometimes their yarns, I think, are on the high side. I don't know if it's because they have sales so often. It's not uncommon for them to have it. I mean, their yarn 30% off, sometimes 40% off. You can always get stuff. They always have 50% off coupons and 40% off coupons. They always, a lot of times, have 20 and 25% off. So it wouldn't be hard to find these on sale. I mean, if you just like wait a week, they'll probably be on sale the next week. So that's how easy it is to get them cheaper than $9.99. So, yeah, $9.99 is really, really out of the question for me. I think it's definitely not worth that. But it's a nice yarn. I can get past this part of it not coming out, which I probably can, because I like these type of yarns. It has a very pretty sheen on it. And it's so familiar to my favorite yarn, Red Heart Unforgettable. And I love yarns that remind me of that. I love yarns that look like that. I will definitely use what I bought, and I will definitely buy them again. I love the lolly shape of it. It's really interesting. It's neat. And yeah, I'll buy it again, but I'm only going to buy them on sale. I always say that. I never really try not to pay full price for yarns if I don't have to. But really, no one wants to pay full price if you don't have to, you know what I mean? So, when I bought this, like I said, I got the 40% off. I don't know, I think it was around $5 I paid for them, because I had an additional 20% off, which is $5 isn't a bad price. That's $5 or $6 I think is pretty good. 502 yards is not bad. It's not a bad price. I mean, that's not a bad yardage. You can make something out of that. Probably a really lacy shawl, not a huge one, but I think if it was lacy enough, it would make a nice size shawl. But it would have to be a lacy stitch. But 2 of them would make a really, really pretty shawl. So yeah, I think $5 or $6 is a good price. You wouldn't have a hard time finding it for that price, because considering all the sales that Michael's has. But I'm going to go show you something else too that I noticed as soon as I bought these lollies, as soon as I saw these lollies online. They are extremely similar to Hobby Lobby's Lux Lollies. I don't know if you've seen these. Now, I don't go to Hobby Lobby often because I think their yarns are a little expensive. But I don't have a problem with their yarns. I think their yarns are pretty. But I just happen to have some of these Lux Lollies, and they just reminded me so much of the Swirl pies. So I started looking at the labels, and I noticed everything is identical. 502 yards, 7 ounces, 4-weight yarn, both made in China. They're just it come from a different distribution area in the United States. This one's Texas, and this one's Oklahoma. So this would be where Hobby Lobby's main probably distribution center is, and this would probably be where Loops and Threads is. So if I had to say, I would say they're probably made in the same factory in China. I mean, they're super the same looking, if you ask me. Both are pretty. So there was really no difference in it. Recommends the same hook size, everything like that. Wash the same, and so it's pretty much the same. Now I have one of these Lux Lollies opened that I crocheted with it too, and it seemed to crochet the same way. So this is the Hobby Lobby. So yeah, it seemed to be the same, look the same, seemed to crochet the same, and I know it probably won't come out the same. Nope. So yeah, I already tried to pull it out. It didn't come out. So they're like identical. You can see the price on them is a little different. $7.99, and these are $9.99. Now, to me, they're both the same. I would buy either one. I like them both. But since I don't get to Hobby Lobby as much as I do Michael's, I would probably buy... I don't even know if they have these in store. Let me know in the comments if you've seen these at your Michael's. I only saw them online. So I guess that wouldn't matter because I could order these online. But there is a difference. Michael's has more sales than Hobby Lobby. I know Hobby Lobby has all their yarn 30% off every other week, I think. I would still buy this one over Hobby Lobby. I don't know why. It's because I shop Michael's all the time, and I rarely shop Hobby Lobby. But other than that, there's no difference in them. Besides, this one is $2 cheaper, but you can get this one on sale, and you can get this one on sale if you wait it out. Both of them would be worth $5 or $6. They're exactly the same. Now, I will say though, I think Hobby Lobby had some prettier colors than Michael's did. I thought both of these were really pretty. But Michael's colors are pretty too. So, I think they're the exact same, in my opinion. I think they probably came from the same place, then they just got distributed by Hobby Lobby's brand, and then Loops and Threads brand. So, will I buy them again? Yes, definitely. I will buy the Swirl pies again, for sure. When they're on sale, $5 or $6 is definitely worth that. Will I buy these again? Maybe, if I'm at a Hobby Lobby and, you know, they're having 30% off that day. I might, but I just don't get there very often. So it's highly unlikely, or it's highly, yeah, I probably won't ever buy these. I doubt it, just because of the rarity of me going to Hobby Lobby. But if I was there and they had it for 30% off, sure, definitely I would buy them. I'm going to move these out of the way since that's not what I'm reviewing. I just wanted to show you that they were identical, the same. As for the Swirl pies, yes, I will buy them again. I don't like that it hangs up on itself at all, but I knew that it would, because I could tell by looking at it that it was going to do that. So it wasn't really any surprise to me that it did that. So these aren't extremely new. They are I mean, they're not super new, but they haven't been out for an extremely long time, I don't think. But they have been out for months. So, I would imagine some of you have probably tried these already. Let me know in the comments what you think about them. If you've tried them. And let me know if you've tried the Hobby Lobby Lux Lollies. If you tried both of them, if you thought they were exactly the same. Because I think they're exactly the same. They were just made for separate companies. So yeah, that's my review. I'm definitely going to buy them again. Not at $10, but on sale. Because I think they're pretty. And they're pretty neat. And I think they're really going to make a pretty project. Now, some people may not like the hand wash. That doesn't bother me. I do not like that it hangs up on itself, but I can get past it if I like the yarn. This is definitely a yarn that I like, so that I will get past the hanging up part. Even though it probably will aggravate me when I mess up. And I'll be like, I'm never using this yarn again. But eventually I'll get over it. Because I do like the yarn. It's very pretty. Now, I always recommend that you, if you've never tried it, to just buy one when it's on sale and give it a try. And let, you know, don't go out and buy a whole bunch of them. Because these are just my opinions. And my opinions always are different than everybody else's. Just because I like it, don't mean that you will, you know what I mean? So I always recommend just buying one and giving it a try, because this might be the worst yarn you've ever tried in your life. And then I would feel bad if you bought a bunch of it, and I said that I liked it. So, but I do like it. If you haven't tried this yet, check it out on Michaels. Look at their colors. Most of them are pretty. There are a few that are okay. I probably won't ever buy them. Do you think that it's worth $5 or $6 having that 502 yardage? It is a 4-weight, so can you get past that hand wash and the hanging up on itself enough to buy it and want to use it? Because, I mean, it is pretty. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. So my review is I will buy it again. Definitely, I will use it. Because it's so much like Red Heart Unforgettable, and I love it. I love that yarn so much. It's my favorite, and whenever I find a yarn that reminds me of it, I always buy it, and I always love it too. So, and this is just one of them. So, that's my review. Definitely going to buy it again. Hopefully you guys can find it on sale and give it a try, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye.